McKay, and the thing I most wanted to share with you about myself is my interest in music and salvaging instruments, instrument maintenance, tinkering with them, sometimes attempting to make instruments out of discarded and thrown away objects and found objects. I used to have a commercial studio a couple of years ago. My business partner left, so I scaled it down and brought it out here to the countryside where I am now in Dongkhamxang Village, about 14 kilometers from Vientiane. And yeah, I'm currently self-employed, giving lessons and both English and music. But just to compare my old studio to the scaled down one, this is a commercially bought wood block. It's quite expensive, my old studio. Here's a couple I made myself out of scrap pieces of wood. Sound similar, don't cost a thing. Here's another one. Here's a cymbal, tiny cymbal I made out of a dome-shaped ornament from a gate. This is a symbol of a friend that I'm working on polishing. Needs a lot of work, and hammering a bit. Here's an attempt I made at a completely homemade cymbal out of a scrap piece of metal. Still needs a lot of work. It's a sound, you can hit it, it's useful. This little object affixed to the hi-hat here, these are some dish-shaped pieces of metal I got at the scrapyard, and a piece of a bell, and it acts as a tambourine of sorts. So we need jingly sound. Oh, this is a souvenir from my older studio. Well, we used to have quite a few amps, and people would put their drinks on them, so we had a need for cup holders. And I made these out of PVC pipe and scrap metal, just bolted onto the back. You can affix them where you like. We made our own amp stands. Oh, and this one I'm most proud of. This is an amalgamation of two guitars donated to me by Australia International School. After I finished my contract there, they didn't want to fix them up. And I fixed it up using found objects. Got tone and volume knobs made from beer caps. This came from a paint roller. It works as a whammy bar. Yeah. And I'm quite proud of that. I think there's some overlap between your school's philosophy and my own, in that I don't like to be wasteful. I think music's quite expensive, and also I make and use these things with pride. I think it's not just good for the environment, it's also very pragmatic because it's cost effective. The last thing I wanted to share with you was in your job requirement, you mentioned a teacher is not afraid to get their hands dirty. I've never been afraid to get my hands dirty. Besides tinkering with things and hammering cymbals, I do a lot of yard work, which reduces my rent greatly and allows me to be self-employed at the moment and teach lessons, and as well as English, and sometimes tutor K through 12 kids. So this is a quick view of where I live. I greatly appreciate the privilege of having all this tree cover and wildlife. On my left side, it's a bit hard to see, but my neighbors to this side, over this white wall, can maybe just pick out in the distance, is a Buddhist temple. Some of the students come over there to play. This is a fire pit I made myself out of fallen gate posts. Some rattan, local artists use to make artwork. They treat it with a substance called batik. And just some of the tree cover, the last thing. Do a lot of raking, as you can imagine. I don't cut the grass, the neighbor and the goats do that.